It is not easy to make videos consistently on YouTube. I find it very challenging just to do them week after week. And I wanted to have a bag of gear that was gonna make that process as painless and as simple as possible. And that's what this video is gonna be about. I'll sort of build this up from the most essential components like camera and lens, and then build up to, you know, audio and blah, blah, blah. So the most important requirement for me is convenience. A case, I don't want a magic arm thing, follow focus monitor, none of that, because like building the thing out each time you want to get a shot, it just slows you down. If you're talking super convenient, then just use your phone, right? But obviously there's a certain quality threshold that I would like as well. So we're gonna start with the image capturing device. So the camera I opted for was the FX3. All the crazy frame rates are great, but I don't really use them that much. For me, it's the 10-bit codec, the dynamic range is great rolling shutter, great autofocus, and the IBIS ticks off a lot of boxes there. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm gonna be doing a full review of the FX3 and like a full test shoot and stuff with it, and hit the bell, notification, all the stuff. Just click everything. Next, you're gonna need a lens and filter. So you're gonna need a variable ND. I went with the Freewell and the Sigma 24-70, which is 1,100 bucks, which is like 900 bucks cheaper than the G Master. It seems like most YouTubers love the 16-35. I don't really get it, because 16-35 is sort of different flavors of wide angle, whereas the 24-70, you're getting wide on the 24 end, but you're getting kind of like a telephoto portrait lens on the 70 end. The 24-70 is way more versatile, and I think maybe I'm not super into the 16-35 because I'm not doing too much of like the self-filming, but I don't do too much of that, so it's not really that important to me. Then boring stuff like memory cards, I opted for the V90s. I think that's more than enough. Now you could technically stop right there. It's all you need. You can start recording stuff. That's it. Now, if you significantly want to increase the quality of audio on your camera, then you can get a directional on-camera microphone. And I opted to go for the Rode VideoMic NTG. Honestly, the best feature in it is that it turns on and off automatically when the camera's on and off. You wouldn't believe with the last microphone I had how many times I forgot to turn on the microphone. So I turn on the camera, I start recording all the stuff, and then you go play the file and it's just dead silence. But also, it's got a USB-C on the side, which charges it, but also you could plug it into your computer. The 3.5mm jack, you can plug a headphone into it and monitor what the mic is picking up. So if you're doing voiceover work or a podcast or whatever, or Zoom calls, whatever, you can get amazing audio on your computer as well. It's actually recording me right now, right up there. Now, if you're gonna be doing talking head stuff or time lapses, then you're gonna need a tripod. And I think the Peak Design tripod is just a no-brainer. I have the aluminum one. I think it's 300 bucks. It's super quick to set up and take down. And again, speed is the priority. Now, if you've got a tripod and a microphone, you need a bag. You're looking at roughly around 350 bucks for a camera bag. And there's so many options. So many people get the Peak Design ones, the Peter McKinnon ones. There's a new kit on the block though. Bevis Gear top shelf, which has got this like crazy race car hood button thing where you can open the back and put your stuff in there. I just got mine hand delivered by the inventor himself.
Wow. Special delivery. Are you filming?
Of course I am. It's exciting. This is like the most VIP treatment. Inventor brings you the bag. They raised like over $1 million on Kickstarter, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, I think you're probably looking around 350 bucks to throw your stuff in a bag. Now, if you're gonna be talking to other people on camera, or you're gonna be filming yourself speaking at a distance, then you might want some wireless audio options. And for me, the Rode Wireless Go 2, it's just so crazy how convenient these things are. I used to have like a proper lav system, but I'm getting one transmitter per receiver. So then if I had 2 transmitters, then I'd need 2 receivers, and what are they gonna go into? Not that camera. I need to use the top handle and find a way to get the receivers to plug into it and strap it. Like, then you're rigging stuff, which is a no-no, right? I don't wanna rig anything. So the idea behind these, which is just so brilliant, is they've got 2 transmitters like this and then a receiver that can sit on top of your camera, go into your 3.5mm jack, receiving signal from both of these transmitters. And the fact that it's just quick, right? Like, that speed is crucial. You might be thinking, well, I have time. I don't need to be that quick. But sometimes, especially if you're filming with somebody who's not super used to being on camera, for my YouTube videos, I like to incorporate other people into them. I think that excessive setup time can sometimes start to intimidate the other person, where they're like starting to overthink their performance, right? Whereas you just want them to be them. You just want them to feel comfortable. If you just give them this one little thing, it's like, just clip this on your shirt, and then you just start rolling, that intimidation factor is much, much lower, and that person's gonna be a lot more comfortable in front of the camera. But there's like little things that are just gonna make your life a lot easier. For me, the Peak Design clips, those little, there's like 70 bucks, and you could put them on the side of your bag, on your straps. I put it right on my chest, and it's just a place to quickly store your camera and be able to take it out. And especially if you've got your microphone on top of your camera, every time you want to put it away, you're gonna have to take the microphone off and unplug it and put it in your bag and then take it out, put the microphone back on. It's a pain in the ass. So instead, if you've got a clip here where you can just hang it off your chest, that brings me to your plate. You gotta make sure all your plates match. So I've got an Arca Swiss plate on every camera, which means they can go into the Peak Design clip, they can go into my tripod, they can go into gimbal, everything, all with the same plate. So you wanna have a uniform plate on everything that you're using. Now I was gonna talk about lighting, but honestly, I don't usually bring lighting, and I wanted to limit this to stuff that you could fit in a bag. But usually if I know I'm gonna need a light, then I'll bring a proper light and pack it in the car. But again, that's not what this video is about. This is about what's gonna go in your bag as like your mobile shooting kit. Next is the gimbal, and this is definitely a love-hate thing with gimbals because I hate using them. I don't even really like the footage that comes out of gimbals because it's just so cliche now, that kind of smooth, like, you know, it's like everyone's got footage like that. But certain types of shots you kind of need one, right? Like if you're filming a car, a moving car, then you're gonna need a gimbal. And for me, I still use my Ronin S. The RS2 is out now. I think that's 700. It starts at 700 bucks. They don't even sell this one anymore, but this one still does the job fine for me, and I don't like using it much, so I'm not gonna upgrade yet. If you want to use a gimbal for car shots, it also adds like another level of complexity because then you need one of these too. This one's called Andrew. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. You gotta feed it sometimes. So it is adding a level of complexity to your shoot that sometimes you just don't want the headache, right?
Oh, hey, stop pumping me. I don't want this. I don't want this.
So that's the kit, at least for now. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments or if you have any like suggestions. I would love to hear it. See you next time.
Oh god, now I can't see anything that's happening.